at like he was like 100 to 1 or something. I was like, he's white, he's old, he's Christian. It's apparently that was literally my argument. Was like
He's a
he's all
man.
the demographic, yeah, man, all the demographic check boxes. But he now he got blown out anyway. So I think it was probably a foregone conclusion with his position on Trump. Also, he's just super boring. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
clear
he's
Trump
kind of
wanted
like,
him to overturn it. Well, so I don't even know that Trump wanted him to overturn it. I think my argument, if I was going to try to make the argument about like what Trump wanted, was Trump wanted delays. He just wanted as many delays as he could get before the certification, for time for his court challenges to go through, and times for basically like all of his little kind of shadow asks, like, hey, go like recount the votes. Hey, let's do the Arizona recount. Hey, let's like try to decertify in this state legislature. Right? He wanted time for that stuff to unfold, and he felt he didn't have the time. So I think they felt if they couldn't elect a president on that day, that it would give them time to not, because as soon as Joe Biden's like actually formally had power transferred to him, Trump's done, right? So I think that was his problem.
they
like,
did want
probably
that.
his argument.
Yeah, they did want that, but that doesn't stop them from also wanting as much action as he thinks he's gonna be able to get away with without getting arrested. Like that's kind of like, he also wants anything else he can do. Like, you know, like he also wants the governors of the states to do whatever they can to find votes. You know, he also wants he wants
everything he could.
But at that point, it seemed like everything else had failed. So at that point, that is kind of what he might have wanted, but it doesn't mean that he didn't want more before. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's pretty clear. I think there's a moral argument there where, like, if I am completely, Republican, like, I was going to say red-blooded, but just a Republican, I think there's a moral argument of, like, hey, we do in good faith believe that there was election tampering, right? Because of the argument isn't about the evidence. It's like the evidence is more, there were a lot
of vibes.
It's not just vibes. It's a lot of like, hey, because of the historic mail-in presence, some places decided that like their previous mail-in verification requirements were too stringent, right? If everybody's going to vote this way, it's too stringent. It's going to eliminate a huge chunk of ballots that we don't want to eliminate, because I think the rate at which they canceled out signature verifications was like pretty high in some of these states before. So they wanted to basically not disenfranchise a bunch of people. And I think at the same time, when you're a Republican, you hear, oh, these Democratic states are removing their signature verification requirements. Well, that's really, really bad. And that obviously is opening it up to fraud. And I think that's the argument morally, like, and you could say morally or just vibes-wise, that most Republicans wanted to make, was that feels really bad, and we'd like to have, like, some extra, an extra recount, basically because we feel like that was wrong. Wrong to do that, wrong to open up the election to, like, that kind of potential interference.
Welcome to the stream.
That they didn't have proof of, right?
My
but
headphones
just
died.
Maybe based on, I don't even have to reject the.
I can see the gesticle bar moving, so I can hear that he's talking. Well, I can see that he's talking over me without actually hearing it. Man, I've been super immersed in Factorio for a lot of hours today already. I come out of it and I realize how dehydrated I am. Alright. Part of me really wants to try out Regan Valdar, because he's like pretty similar to August from the second game, and August is super cool, but you don't really get to play him If you do get to play as August, the way he like runs around the city and shoots his bow and arrows at stuff is sort of how you can play Ragnvaldr, but I'm not like overly confident on how to get arrows and stuff for him. Wait, I'm actually burning time here. This game has a mechanic where the timer has like already started and things in the dungeon happen as time passes. But I just need to... What's that? And turn the music up in the game. Kahara could be cool. Do a Kahara run. She gives me a good option to do something that I'm kind of into. Guy came into work today, asked me if I had a gun, and stirred shit in the lobby, threatening to come back past closing. Wow. Did you ask him if he was going to go get his gun, or if he didn't have a gun yet? If he didn't have one yet, I'd probably... a lot more likely to be like, do you just want to go talk about this in the car park, buddy? Dungeon show no mercy. Darkness is real. Starvation is real. And my intro. Yeah, I usually do play these intros. Actually, I can get dash too, can't I? Okay, this is actually the perfect starting character. You're born of an endless soul that makes you infinite and push creativity. You are born and soon abandoned the covenant. During our age, become pickpocket or a burglar. Want to be a burglar is nice. I'm pretty sure I can just be a pickpocket to get steel. And get a key at the start, and then that'll get me through this like one door. My playstyle for this game is a lot more linear. It doesn't feel very like I'm restricted in all the things I've got to do, but once you figure out the pathways through, and then your comrades fight to the death. What does this do again? I think I want to abandon my comrades. We get escape plan. Pretty powerful spell. Last night, and you rush straight for the mission to learn dash. Dash is very powerful. I inputted the inspiration the dev used from Marina. Getting some cool shit. Nice. He's on this, so I just don't care. Just gotta keep an eye on the doorway. Oh, you're at work right now. Yeah, as long as your doorway is clear and then you have a clear line of sight to like your car, you're just out of there, right? So, no worries. Oh, now you're at home now. Okay. Save our character. Oh look, I got a bunch of Kahara saves. Let's just go over top of this one. So you'll notice I move a lot faster. I don't remember what the controls are. These dogs that you fight at the start are why everyone thinks this is like such an annoying game. and sort of sets like a tone. Because if you think about this more like an RPG or something, you can't actually fight those dogs. Whoa. Yeah, but I have dash. I ran into the wrong room. I have dash and I have escape plan. So we just get out of there. So I'm able to like move through the dungeon really efficiently, which is like a strategy you probably learn to use in Fear and Hunger 2 a lot more. Way harder in this one. It often feels a lot like the enemies are coming to get you and you have to sort of fight them. But you don't. You hear footsteps closing in. Oh, it's Buckman. No wait, you're a sane one, right? Yeah, of course I'd be dead now otherwise. I don't have time for this. Listen, I've been lost in these dungeons for what feels like a lifetime. My sense of time has become blurry. It might be years, months, or even just weeks. I can't handle it any longer. I feel my mind is giving up already. I can't. I don't know what business you got here, but if I were you, I'd run as fast as possible. Escaping the place is even possible anymore, that is. What's that? Yeah, what the fuck is that? Terrifying. Alright, my character's not very strong, but neither's this guy. But this is Trorcher the Torturer. He's an interesting character who lives down here, and we can do a few things with him. But we're just gonna kill him. But he is human, I guess. The more I think about it, there's not very many humans in the vault. Everything is like, or in the dungeon, sorry. Everything's turned into monsters. Is it worth stealing from the beginning? I feel no, because you're vulnerable as fuck. Nah, I'll take his. This guy is super weak. I just take his arm out and then steal, and then he's dead. Nothing left to steal. What do you mean there's nothing left to steal? Then, right? There's some loose rocks on that wall. We could have turned Buckman into Torture, but we decided not to. Because I just wanted some key or whatever from him, right? Ooh, lucky. Oh, whoops. I fell down, my legs are busted. If this is the way I die alone in a wet patch black dungeon, in a wet wet and pitch black dungeon. Did I say that right? That smells like blood and semen. So, and I think we can't get this crate, because we can't do in diagonal. So, we just gotta leave it out. Yeah, so now we're below the dungeon. Down a level. This is just a super weird hellscape. Like, why why is the top of the dungeon like a cool castle? And then down here it's just insane chaos. What do I do? If I can steal from them. I want to go this way, don't I? That's a really long way around. I can't wait to go get Nashra, actually. That'll be a fun little playthrough for this run. This game is a lot shorter than the other one. Still takes... It's really difficult though, like, there's more to do in the other one, but there's also a lot more, like, once you learn how to like do things, you can get through it, whereas in Fear and Hunger 1, everything's like really scary for quite a while, and it all levels itself up like really hard. Let's not fall back down that hole. Buddy. Nice. Oh no. Oh my god, that has got to be like a 20% chance to dodge that. Good job, Kara. Well played. Right, I gotta go get the girl. Whoops. Wait, okay, what's he doing? He's just priesting out. I'll go to different body parts. Straight for the head. Probably a dumb idea. Oh, I should have stolen from him. Bet he would have given me something cool. Could have fit that in. I don't want to fight those two yet. Gotta go get the girl first. Okay, so now my torch has gone out. I'm gonna get crazier faster. Boom, boom, boom. Oh man, I don't know how to despawn those dogs. Whoa! It's so fast. Damn it. Here we go. So fast. Okay, I gotta try to kill it now that it's chased me into a corner. The way to kill the dogs is to talk to them and then throw a stick. Oh, the game has no volume. My bad. The soundtrack isn't as good as Fear and Hunger 2, in my opinion, but it definitely adds a lot. These are sharp-toothed dogs. I guess they're just giant dogs, right? It's a sort of ominous first enemy to have to fight, because it's kind of scary, but it's not freaky. And then the next thing is like twice as freaky, because it's a freaking undead, horrific monster. So it's a nice like introductory enemy. Heavily expectations exceeded. Fuck, which one of them's gonna fight, and which one of them's got the stick? I'm not sure. Uh-oh. I gotta look up these, because I think this just kills me straight away. But I could have blocked it. I can really improve on that run. Give it another go. And there's quite a few enemies that I want to fight. Like, there's this harpy in the cave, and then there's like a few more bosses down there. Moonless, the harpy, and the salamander king dragon are all. What's my game doing? Did it just freeze? They're all just down below the blood pit, which is also where we find Nashra for the first time. But as much as I want to go talk to him because he's cool, it'll ruin the run if I go before I get down to this like temple first. Yeah. And of course we want to get Le'Garde, because Le'Garde is basically Jesus, right? It's really cool having him on the team. Because he's the Yellow King in the first game. In the second game. But he starts off real chill. Must be weapons and armor down this hole. If I go down here. Yeah, there is. There's an armor rack right there. Oh. I didn't know that was there either. This is the Nether Realm. It's actually pretty handy to do some item management when you come down here. Unfortunately, oh no. So that's the Black Witch. We see her later, and she'll... Maybe I could have jumped into combat and then run away, because I do have that runaway skill. Just so you can have a good look at her. She's a horrific enemy though. These dudes are pretty cool though, as far as design goes. They're super weird. They don't make any sense, and then they're just lurking around in the dungeon area, the dungeoniest part of the dungeon. All the bodies are kind of unnerving as well, got to admit. Okay, I just got a short bow. Feel like I need arrows for this as well. Otherwise I could press shift here and fire them in the overworld. This is the other part of the basement which leads out to that prison area. Boom 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 boom. Where do I find the girl? Oh, she's in a crate around here somewhere. Maybe I should just come back and get her later. Like, she'll be fine sitting there until I'm way stronger. And then she's a little bit difficult to like incorporate into the party when my dude is like still struggling to survive himself. I feel like the little girl might not be worth talking to. This is Sir Seymour. You know, you're saying a given. Even if I mace him wounded, I can still pick a deadly blow or two, so don't get any ideas. Who are you, Sir Seymour? I am Sir Seymour, a knight of the Grand Kingdom of Rondon. I serve my country to the last breath. Just know that. Right, Sir Seymour. What are you doing here? What has happened down here? Are you hurt? What happened down here? It is a mystery. I have no idea how things are in such bad shape. The dungeons are past unholy at this point. Any tips for survival? Any tips? You seem like the type you can handle yourself just fine. Just stay on the defensive side. I've complained would be better behead anything that comes your way. Tempting as it might sound, it might be a tricky feat to pull off in the heat of battle. Try to shake the balance of the enemy first. Patience is definitely a virtue in combat. And Sir Seymour happens to have a bunch of really good weapons with him. Then we'll run over here and save. And this is our first spot that we can save and rest. It'll just be a nice chill night. Easy peasy. We're not even hungry. We didn't get infested with any diseases on the way up here, which was really lucky. Happens way too often. And we got a good sword and good armor. Bear trap, I might just use that straight away. this dude still gets to attack with his meat cleaver after you cut his head off. So you have to take the cleaver out every time. Otherwise he takes an arm. That's so brutal, to be honest. Super satisfying to kill one like that. That's a little ghoul friend. He just sort of, you know, grapes at you a little bit. We don't need to kill him though. He can just live down here. Should we name him? What should we name that ghoul? And I kind of want to go that way, but I also don't even care. So let's go deeper. Yeah, there was the lizard man up there. So the lizard men are like a tie back to the old gods, right? Because they're dinosaurs, they're like way older than humankind. Okay, this is our first boss fight. Let me not screw this up. Look up the strategy guide real quick. Cave Mother. You like that? You like that music? It's the most similar to the crazy scream that you hear. But there's just a constant sort of thumping throughout this whole soundtrack. And as you go deeper into the dungeon, the music sort of changes and the thumping kind of lessens, but you can still hear it like in the distance. And it's a good vibe. I really enjoy that one. Location and behavior. If I was divided into two phases, yeah, true. That was a misinput. Oh man, do I take out the gnome or do I take out the cave mother right now? Oh, what the fuck? I just misinput it again because the controls are different. The controls are like actual different from Oh my god, I hope that doesn't kill me. Okay, where are we up to? Let's make sure we dodge this specific attack she has. This fight is divided into two phases, but the second phase is much weaker than the first. The first phase... Yeah. High risk of death, but it's easy to finish this encounter without even taking a hit. Man, do I want to use that red vial on it? shit. Exactly what I was worried about. Oh, why isn't she dead? Rip. Oh, no legs. Real cool, dude. Here goes my dash ability. While the one played Barge has still summoned in the first phase, Cave Marble, then I use Summon and Cave no more, and at the end of the first, second, and third turn. If her Barge is not destroyed, no. They're not having to. Preemptive move. Dodgy. Whoa, I didn't realise I was so low on health. Oh, and I hit the leg? Killed myself. Fucking game. Oh wait, I don't want to get a new game. Okay, we saved just before that happened. The amount of misclicks there, I was cracking under pressure. But we never choke, we just go again. The first few days I had this game, I like played it so much. I had these like little runs through here. They were like super effective. What did I get down here last time? Maybe I should use that iron arrow. Last time I had a bear trap, but I don't have that this time. Nice. Put him in the deck. Get wrecked, dude. He's actually still doing a lot of damage. I wonder if I want to waste a turn. I don't know. How good is the bow? Has it got like a really good accuracy boost? Bow. Items list for Fear and Hunger 1. That's what I need. Short bow, 10 attack, Raghan Valdar starting weapon. We can curse it to do a bit more damage. Quite a lot, really. And Isengard has how much evasion on his head. He still got that. Still gets that third attack off. Get everything off from this guy. Need another bit of rotten meat for when we see Moonless. That's Moonless howling that you can hear. We don't want to go near her though, because she'll fuck us up. And I need more food. You notice a person kneeling in the darkness. The person doesn't seem to radiate immediate danger or aggression, and your presence seems to remain hidden. Wait for them to walk away. We'll find them later. As we have a bit of a talk. That dude's a bit like Inky. He's just like a funny little androgynous mage. What is this? Circle. Pray to Sylvian. So these are like for our skill tree. The Fear and Hunger 2 version of it is like a bit more complicated. It's just the only parts of the skill tree that are this, like, they just added a lot more into it. I don't think this is a good battle, to be honest. You guys killed me a bunch of times before as well. If you activate that grave, you have to fight 2 of those knights. Here we go for the steal. Boom! Straight away. Yoink, I'll take that. I don't want to get blasted by the spell. Whoops. They're going for the leg. Dance that helps him do the spell. Just like Osar with the Dance Macabre. Fully kitted out in like the best armor. 86 defense. Huge. That's a life steal. It's also huge. Nice, we got the bear trap. Okay, so this time I don't have to go fight the cave mother. Got the bear trap, so the guard fight will be fine. Dodge the abomination. Dodge these little harpies. And then we can steal off that dude. We're gonna hold a dive down. Oh, I need to remember to try to steal off these dudes. Actually, no I don't. They have an instant kill attack. And they have a whole lot of other scary things. I kind of want these books. Might as well loot this whole place. Yeah, we got tinder boxes. Nice. That lets us get on our way to at least one method of healing. And blue. Red and green. I want to do red and blue. I do have two rotten mates, alright. Yeah. Let's go! Moonless is over here, dude. And all we have to do is feed her 2 stacks of rotten meat. Now we've got one little AFK party member. Apparently there is a way to make her strong. I've never really had her for long. She usually dies pretty quick for me. She's pretty nice having her in the party. we go. So Moonless marking a territory like that is making her stronger. And I don't know exactly where all the squares I'm meant to stand on are or anything. Apparently there's like 16 of them, so hopefully we find a few. Let's just run a lap. Okay. I gotta get down to the guard to save him before we run out of time. Well, we were 8 minutes in. I can't remember, I think it might only be 20 minutes that we have to save him. It used to be half an hour, but he thought that was too easy. Which gives us 12 minutes from our load point. To actually get down there. Oh man, how do I get around this guy? This guy's a real piece of shit. Apparently he was a human at one point, but now he just runs around with his big bloody penis. Jesus. I should have gone for the head. A bow in the overworld would have killed him real fast. But he's like those little babies at the orphanage. You want to like hit him in the overworld with some sort of weapon. Maybe I should have used the other bear trap instead of trying to round him. That ghoul kind of makes me want to play Project Zomboid. Just run away from zombies all day. Kind of fun game. That guy who called into Justical stream earlier he called into Destiny's stream after Destiny banned him the other day. I kind of want to go back and watch that one again. Because, man, he went hard this time. No, and like, he just had a lot of spirit. Alright, successful sneak. Is this really a dead end? What the hell?